Thank you everyone for joining this video. My name is Ryan Nolan and this is Walking into the Light for those of you who haven't joined this channel before. I really appreciate you coming onto this channel. I wanted to talk about something that's really important to me, that's dear to my heart, this is something that the Holy Spirit has brought to my attention that I really needed to get off my chest and express to the outside world, because I think it's really important for people to understand how, what's really going on in the world today when it comes to spirit, when it comes to the spiritual battle between light versus dark. And I've been talking, quite extensively on my channel regarding this. And we've come to a point now where light has prevailed here on earth. We are in a position now of watching the darkness fall on this planet. So the satanic forces, the darkness that has been on this planet for thousands of years, is falling. And I just wanted everyone to know that this is a very important time for us to really be unified as one collective soul within humanity, because the whole purpose that these dark forces are trying to get across, and their whole objective, is to divide us amongst each other. And the way they do that is to make us believe that our enemy is actually other human beings rather than the enemy of our soul. The enemy of our soul is not even within our soul, it's outside of our soul. And that means that it's outside the universe, because the universe is simply a manifestation of our collective souls as human beings together. And that's why the universe is expanding, is because the consciousness within our collective soul is expanding as well. So I just wanted to say that, darkness has really gotten to a point where they know that they've lost, and they do not want to go down without bringing as many human souls down with them. But before I talk about that, I also wanted to say just, how historical this moment is, how biblical it is, and how important it is for us to take that into account, and also for us to understand just how enslaved we have been for thousands of years when it comes to these dark forces, these satanic forces that have taken over Earth. They made us believe that we're not as significant as we are, that we're not as powerful as we are, that we are defined by our ego. And I think all of us know that ego can take a hold on you to a point where you diminish your own self-belief, you diminish who you believe yourself to be, and you feel like there's certain things you can't do in this life because you compare yourself to other people, and you feel as though other people may be able to achieve those things and are achieving those things, and because you view them in a different light than you view yourself, you don't see yourself being able to accomplish those feats. But what we don't realize as human beings is that we're all in control of how we believe, what we have in our self-belief, how we believe ourselves to be. Our self-belief is always in control within ourselves, and we always have the ability to believe more in ourselves. And that's what really manifests everything that you see within your reality and within your world. Because like I've said before, we're all soul manifestors within our own reality. And when we start comparing ourselves to other people because of ego, that will create a sense of not being as up to par as other people, and not believing enough in ourselves to where we can overcome those differences. So I want everyone to understand the truth of the matter is that we're all connected as one consciousness. So that means that the people that you view as above you or below you or whatever it might be, because of the ego that's kind of taken hold of your life and that's taken control of your soul, is not real. And if you take that off the plate and you just simply understand the truth of the matter is that the ego does not exist, because there is no separation between you and every other soul that you see at every point in time, that we're all connected as one energy, you'll be able to live in truth. And the truth of the matter is that you're connected with everyone else. And if you see someone else aspiring and achieving the things that you want to achieve, that's just another version of you that you're looking at, that you can achieve just as easily as they can. It's just a matter of you having the faith, and that you're also connected to that person through consciousness. And with that faith, you'll be able to transform yourself through each present moment. The energy will rise within your soul, and you'll be able to get to a point where you'll be able to achieve anything that you want, as long as you have the faith that everything that you experience is simply a reflection of who you are. And I've talked about that before, but I'm really bringing this up again to talk about this because the ego has been placed upon us by the enemy of our soul, the dark forces, the satanic forces, however you want to call them, to make us believe that that's who we are, that we're defined by our ego. And it's the exact opposite. We're not defined by anything. There's nothing that can define you. There's nothing that can define me. We're undefinable, and that means we're infinite. And that's the fact That's the fact, that we're all infinite beings of light. And that's the very thing that these enemies of our soul do not want us to understand, is that we're not definable, that we're actually gods. Each and every one of us as human beings have the ability to be one with God, have the ability to co-create with God. And it comes down to understanding that you are everything that you experience at every moment in time, and that everyone that you interact with is a different consciousness level of yourself. So once we get to that point, we all can collectively overcome this barrier that makes us believe that we're confined to our ego, the things that we want to become, whether it be our profession, whether it be the amount of money that we make, our status. All those things attribute to the ego that plays a part in controlling us from being able to reach that infinite potential that each one of us actually has. This is the truth that is coming to light with Christ consciousness coming to this planet right now as I speak. Christ consciousness is being illuminated within this world, and it's going to shine radiant beams of light and truth onto this earth so that everyone can understand just how significant of a role they play within this world, how powerful they actually are, and that the power resides within you, and understanding that you are not separate from anyone else, that you are actually a part of a human collective, and we all play a role in elevating this consciousness that we all share up to higher levels. Now, the ascension has already taken place for the planet. So Earth has already ascended to the fifth dimension. So now we as individuals have the ability to increase our faith to get to the level that the Earth has gotten to. Once we get to that level, we'll be able to see the separation, or the illusion of separation, fall. And you'll be able to actually experience what it's like to have no anxiety, to have no fear, because you realize that everything is you. So that's what you have to look forward to. But I want to make sure that we're all, praying at this very moment, because it's really important to do that. I mean, to communicate with God, to share that relationship with him at an intimate level, because that's what he wants. He wants every one of his children to do this right now, especially because, like I said, darkness has fallen, and they're falling right now. And all the things that they've kept us in the dark about when it comes to just how important and powerful we are, as well as all of the technology that they've withheld from us, all of the medicine that could benefit our health, all of the advancements in science and technology that they've withheld. And a lot of this technology they received from alien civilizations that they do not want us to have, do not want to share with us, because they've used it for their own good, to benefit themselves, to prolong their own life. A lot of these soulless beings, as I call them, that are in the government right now, that are trying to perpetuate this way of life right now, that are against this Christ consciousness. They are, purposely trying to keep us from gaining this information and letting it get out there. I want people to know that, there's a huge desire for these people in government to not allow what's taking place to happen, they do not want Christ consciousness to continue to illuminate the truth on what's been happening and how enslaved we've actually been. We have been enslaved to believe that we are simply our body and that we are our ego. And the fact of the matter is, like I said, we're infinite beings of light that has no end to who we are. And we have the capabilities to be anyone that we want to be at any moment in time, because the past has no bearing on who we can be right now. It's all in your belief of who you want to be right now. And once again, it comes down to the acceptance that you are everything that you experience at every moment in time. So hopefully you can keep that in mind. I would suggest trying to practice that on an everyday level, accepting the things that are happening in your life without any type of need to change anything. Allow no type of control necessary in order to live that, that specific day. Try to live carefree without any need to worry about anything. Don't try to control anything, and see how, see what the results are for yourself, because I don't want to speak to you without you trying this. So, you can confirm this for yourself, just how powerful this can be. So with all that being said, at this moment in time, we all have to come together as a consciousness, as one consciousness, which is what we are, and understand the enemy is outside of our soul, trying to get into our soul. And by doing the way that they're able to do that is to make us believe that we're not as powerful as we are, and have us give away our power to them. And the way that they do that is through fear. So because they're falling right now and they know that they have no chance of winning, they're going to try to create fear within the society. And they're going to try to, whatever it might be, they're going to create natural disasters. They're going to create potential nuclear threats, which aren't going to happen. They're going to create all these different distractions and scare tactics that are going to hopefully, on their end, scare us and make us fearful. But once again, fear is not real. And if you believe it and you actually give something that's not real life, if you give fear, which isn't real life, and you start to believe that it's real, then that world is going to reflect that back to you. So we have to stand strong and understand that we have the power. We've always had the power, and we will continue to have the power no matter what. And do not worry about the scare tactics that they're sending out, because God is here, okay? So just remain very faithful, very strong in prayer, and be strong in prayer at this moment in time, and know there's nothing to be fearful of. And let's all come together as one unified collective soul and fight the battle with God and put us over the goal line, because we're so close, everyone. This is going to be amazing. I love you all. God bless you, and have a great day.